Oh, hey. There we go. Hi, friends. Welcome to Storytime with Shane Onyou. Glad to have you here. Jessica, Rabbit, Carla, how you doing? Any kids out there, put your names up. I'll give them a shout out if I can. So can't type, but you look amazing. Cage and Scarlett say hi. Hi, Cage. Hi, Scarlett. Yay. Hi, guys. Good to see y'all. Hope you guys got... Oh, hi, Zach. Fun. Yes, I love my unicorn headbands. Hi, Zach. So it looks like we've got Scarlett, Cage, and Zach here for sure. Anybody else who wants to throw up kids' names if you're here. If not, later on you can comment and I will see them later on as well. They're waving with massive grins. Yay! All right, so today is Sunday. You will need a deck of cards because we're going to retry our House of Cards. So get those out. Renanduke. I don't know what that is, but hi. Welcome to Storytime with Shane Onyou. Make sure you have a deck of cards because we will need them when we're done our story time to build our House of Cards. See if we can do it because last time I had little tiny cards and I had no luck. So we are going to try it again. I brought my happy deck of cards. So we'll be using those after. But let's get at it. So those of you who have joined me before, you know we start story time out with a fact. Just a random fact. And my facts come from... I'm trying to see if I'm trying to make it so there's not a glare, but yet we still have a light. I think that might be better. There we go. Say it once more. But not like rain, like reen. Am I saying it right? Reen. Hopefully I got that right. Welcome to Storytime. Perfect. Glad to have you here. I'm glad I got it right. All right, so let's start this off with a fact. And welcome Twitch, welcome YouTube. It's great to have you all here. I do this Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and Sundays, 3 p.m. live on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, as well as on Facebook pages. I still have a ban, and it's for no good reason. I would love it if it was for a good reason, but the picture is absolutely not a good reason. So I have been banned from Facebook Live, not posting with Facebook, just Facebook Live. And I have 13 days left and I am so excited. So excited. But let's get to it. Let's hit it with our fact. So our fact comes from The Little Kid's First Big Book of Wear by National Geographic Kids. And the author of this one, where is that light coming from? The author of this one is Jill Esbaum. I'm just going to switch off this light and see if that is the light that is shining on. It is. It's the bad one. Okay. Or is it? Where is that light coming from? It can't be this because this is behind me. I don't know what's going on. Let's just try this. That's a little better. Okay, there we go. Little Kid's First Big Book of Wear. Today's fact is, where is the world's highest bridge? Oh, the Dung Bridge in, oh my goodness. Don't kill me because I probably won't say this right, but I am going to attempt it. It's Dag. The Dag Penbangyang Bridge in southwest China is the highest in the world. I probably butchered that, but I tried. It rises 1,854 feet or 565 meters above the Beipen River. That's so high you could almost stack 2, count it, 1, 2 Eiffel Towers underneath it. That's how high it is. All right. So that's this one over here. Kind of scary looking, but I would love to give it a try. So there's that one in China. Now let's move on to the next page. The Moses Bridge in the Netherlands doesn't go over water, but it goes through it. Interesting. So here's the Moses Bridge, and you can see the water. Oh, there we go. The water is right up to the bottom of the bridge. So it's just kind of like you're walking on the water almost. It's kind of cool. London, England is home to the rolling bridge. Once a week, operators unroll the bridge so people can walk over the Grand Union Canal. And now I wonder, Carla, have you seen the rolling bridge? And if not, when you do, please get pictures. But yeah, so there it is, the rolling bridge, and they roll it out once a week and they move it. How cool is that? So Pakistan's Hussaini hanging bridge, made of ropes and wooden boards, should be crossed one careful step at a time. And here's that one right there. But look at, see, I got distracted by the rolling bridge again. I know I've done this one before because I remember the rolling bridge, but I absolutely love, you've been on it. Okay, well, I want to see pictures. Receipts, my friend, receipts. So yeah, there it is right there. Is that ever cool? All right. That's our fact for the day. Moving on to our first story. Love this story. Hope you guys do too. Thank you, Ren. See, now I hadn't said it for a while and I forgot. I'll hit up my dad. I was a kid. Okay, yeah. I want to see some pictures like of a person actually up there. So today's story is one I found in one of those little like book libraries that you see on the side of the street where you can go and you can take a book and leave a book and all that kind of stuff. So this was the one in there, and I thought it was so cute. So Basil, the monster who was scared of water, by Michael Salmon. All right. Basil couldn't swim. He was scared of water. He didn't even like paddling in the shallow parts of the creek. He imagined that all sorts of mean water monsters were waiting out there to get him. Boy, he's got quite, look at those water monsters, which aren't real, I will say. Not monsters. There might be some fish and stuff like that, but no monsters. Bath time was a problem for Basil. There always seemed to be a monster lurking in the tub. It disappeared when Basil opened the bathroom door. Basil always wore a rubber ring, even though the water barely covered his toes. He washed as quickly as he could. When he had finished, he pulled the plug out very slowly and carefully. He didn't want to be swept down the plug hole. I don't think he would fit down that, but I don't know. When it rained, Basil wore his raincoat and gumboots and carried a big umbrella. He wasn't going to get wet. He stepped carefully over every puddle and kept well away from the drain pipes and gutters. He imagined there were soggy monsters waiting to grab him if he went too close. See the soggy gutter monster that he imagines? He's got a good imagination. In winter, Basil sat on a park bench and he watched people skating on the frozen lake. He refused to skate. He wasn't fooled by ice. He knew it was just frozen water. He could still see the nasty monsters, though no one else seemed to notice them. See him? See what he thinks he sees out there? He just has a really good imagination. Once, Basil was invited to a pool party. Everybody was having fun swimming and diving and playing around the pool. But Basil stayed inside the house and watched from the window. It was safer that way. He tried to warn his friends about the monsters hiding under the diving board, but everybody laughed and said that he was imagining things. Basil's friends couldn't understand why he was so scared of water. It seemed to be silly to them. They didn't believe in water monsters. One day, they decided to play a trick on Basil. They wore water monster masks and hid among the trees and with buckets of water, hoses, and water pistols. When Basil walked by, they leaped out and surprised him. Sploosh, splash, splish! Basil was soaked. Oh no, he doesn't look very happy. Yahoo! We're the nasty water monsters, they shouted, and as they danced around the dripping Basil. Scaredy cat, they teased. Basil just stood there shivering, his heart pounding with fright. Everyone took off their masks and laughed, but Basil didn't think it was funny. He shuffled off home, very upset. I don't think it was very funny either. After that, Basil was determined not to be teased again. He bought a book called Learn How to Swim in 6 Easy Lessons. He studied the fish in the pet shop window. Swimming looked easily enough for them, but of course they had fins and fishy tails to help them. Basil went home to study his book. He practiced the exercises in the bath. When he had finished lesson number 5, he decided to visit his friends at the beach. You see, there's his book. Learn to Swim in 6 Easy Lessons. They were very surprised to see him. Come on, Basil, they shouted. Let's go for a ride on the surf mats. Try it. You'll like it. Basil looked at the foamy waves crashing on the sand. He had never been this close to the sea before. It looked dangerous. He stayed safely on the dry sand. I told you he wouldn't come in, said one of the boys. He's too scared. Basil sat on his own under the umbrella while the others ran into the surf. Suddenly, Basil heard a cry. Help! Help! It's probably just another trick, he thought. Help! There it was again. It sounded real and urgent. Basil looked out to the sea and saw someone in trouble, way out in the deep water. Without thinking, Basil grabbed his rubber ring and plunged bravely into the surf. He kicked hard with his legs, remembering his swimming exercises. Go away, water monsters, he shouted. I don't believe in you anymore. He reached the struggling boy and held his head above water. Then a huge wave picked them up and dumped them safely back on the beach. Basil saved him. Basil was a hero. His friends gathered round to congratulate him. Well done, Basil. What a swim. You were really brave. Basil was quite out of breath, and he had sand in his mouth and water in his ears. But he didn't mind. For the first time in his life, Basil was happy to be wet. He wasn't scared of the water anymore. The end. And there he is, about to jump off the diving board. Yay, Basil. Swimming lessons are important, a good way to learn and help you battle any fears you might have of the water. For sure. All right, moving on to our next book, which was donated to me by my good friend Kathy. And it's called Angus All Aglow by Heather Smith and Alice Carter. Such a good book, too. Angus All Aglow. Angus liked sparkly things. So do I. The rainbow sequins on his sister's tutu, the sun's reflection on Baker Lake in the summer, the diamond studs on the collar of his dog Sherlock. Angus liked sparkly words, too. Lustrous rolled off his tongue. Scintillating made his eyebrows dance. Just saying the word gleaming made his mouth smile. Glistening was his favorite because hidden in glistening is listening. And Angus liked sparkly things so much he felt as though he could hear them. The nighttime stars crackled like a campfire. The metal taps on his sister's dance shoes whiz-bang popped like fireworks. His sapphire-studded scissors sizzled like frying bacon. I can hear the sounds. Can you guys hear the sounds? Angus's favorite sparkly thing of all was Grandma June's necklace. It had 5 strands of colorful glass beads that sounded like popcorn being popped in a metal pot. One day, Grandma June noticed Angus admiring her necklace. She slipped it over his head. "It's all yours," she said. Angus felt a twinkling deep inside his belly. It was the inner sparkle, fizzy and warm. Angus glowed from the inside out. That's how I feel when I'm happy too. You just feel like you're glowing from the inside out. The next morning, Angus decided to wear Grandma June's necklace to school. His sister said, "Angus, that necklace doesn't really match the rest of your outfit. Why don't you wear a scarf instead?" Angus said, "Scarves don't sparkle." His father said, "Why don't you save the necklace for a special occasion, like Mardi Gras?" Angus said, "Why can't every day be Mardi Gras?" His mother said, "Angus, the thing is, that necklace is really bright." Angus said, "That's the point." Heads turned as Angus walked into his classroom. Could they hear the popping too? Johnny Cole put his face in his hands and yelled, "My eyes! My eyes!" Others joined in. "Too bright! Too bright!" Brett Andrews said, "Sparkles, Angus. Sparkles." Yes, Cole, sparkles. His classmates' laughter was like a downpour of freezing rain. Angus ran into the hallway where his inner sparkle fizzled like a wet firecracker. He tried to pull the necklace over his head, but the strands twisted together. The thick loop got caught on his ear. Angus yanked hard. The glass beads seemed to lose their color as they bounced off the floor. The only sound Angus could hear was the shower of sad plinkety-plinks. Just then, Melody Daniels appeared. She stepped into the hallway. Her foot bumped a lone bead. It rolled towards Angus. It seemed to move in slow motion. Angus and Melody followed it with their eyes. They watched as it rolled to a wibbly-wobbly stop against the rubber sole of Angus's sneaker. Angus frowned and kicked the bead away. Then, turning his back on Melody, he walked back into the classroom. See all the beads everywhere? Hey, Summer. How you doing, baby? Good to see ya. That night, Angus went to his sister's dance recital. Tap shoes glimmered and sequins shimmered, but Angus didn't hear a whiz, a bang, or a pop. At bedtime, Sherlock snuggled in close, but the diamond studs on his collar jabbed and poked. Angus pushed Sherlock away. The next morning, under the red maple tree, Melody was waiting for Angus. In her hand was a brown paper bag. She reached in and scooped out a handful of beads. "It was a pretty necklace," she said. "It looked like a party on a string." She brought the beads to her ear. "Sounds like popping candy. You know, the kind that fizzes in your mouth?" Suddenly, the world around Angus exploded with sound. The beads in Melody's hands crick, crack, popped like hot corn kernels. The ruby buttons on her cardigan buzzed like a bazillion fireflies. The rainbow ribbons in her hair cling, clang, rang like a parade. The two friends sat together admiring the beads while the leaves of the red maple sizzled above them. Look at that. I can feel it. I can hear it. Hey! Hey, gullible boy. Hey, Summer. Good to see you guys. Long time no see. Glad you're here. Thank you for joining in. Melody pulled a ribbon from her hair. "Maybe you can make a new necklace." Angus had a better idea. With his sapphire-studded scissors, he snipped the ribbon in two and threaded the beads onto each piece. He struggled to tie the ends. "I can help," said Melody. Together they made 2 new bracelets. Angus passed one to Melody. "It's all yours." Melody beamed. I would too. Who doesn't love a good friendship bracelet? Hey, Kitty Black Soul. Glad you're here too. Oh, I'm glad I looked down. I got to see y'all. Perfect. Angus clutched the second bracelet in his hand. His fingers tingled as the beads hummed with happiness. But underneath the thrum, 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 Angus could hear a dark whisper. My eyes, too bright, too bright." My inner sparkle quivered like a flickering flame. His inner sparkle quivered like a flickering flame. Melly reached out and touched the bracelet. "It matches your outfit perfectly," she said. The dark whisper disappeared like a wisp of smoke on a breeze. Angus slipped the bracelet over his hand. The beads zizzle, zazzle, zapped like lightning in a stormy sky. Every head turned as Angus and Melody walked into the classroom. Look at that. They're all admiring their bracelets. Angus glowed from the inside out. Good friends can do that. They can help you glow when you don't feel so glowy all on your own. At least that's what I think. All right. That brings us to our final book. Before we start, our House of Cards. Yeah, Instagram is awful. If you want, you can go try and follow on YouTube, or you can watch it again later and it shouldn't be lagging then. But yeah, for whatever reason, the Instagram always has a lag on it, the live feed. I don't understand why. But, so make sure you have a deck of cards so we can build our House of Cards after this last book. And this last book was donated to me both by, yeah, I know it's lagging. I'm sorry, Summer. It's Instagram. But you can go over to YouTube if you want and try it over there on my YouTube channel. It might be better over there. In 13 days, I'll be back live on Facebook too, which also tends to not lag. But moving along to the last book, which was donated to me by my big sister, which she bought for me after the fact, which I had already had it on loan from the Okotoks Library, and my librarian friend out here. but I now own it. So it is Worm Loves Worm. And it is by J.J. Austrian and Mike Curato. Worm Loves Worm. This is from my rainbow collection. Worm loves worm. Let's be married. My Instagram paused. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, you guys are back now. It paused for a minute there. Let's be married, says worm to worm. Yes, answers worm. Let's be married. Wait, says cricket. You'll need someone to marry you. That's how it's always been done. I'll marry you. Now can we be married? Says worm. Wait, says beetle Shane. You've got to have the best beetle. Naturally, that would be me. See beetle Shane's mustache? Looks familiar. Kind of looks like mine. What do you know? Now can we be married? Says worm. Wait, 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 say the bees. You'll need bride's bees. Can we be bride's bees? Please, please, please. Yes, says worm. Now can we be married? You'll need to get rings and wear them on your fingers, says cricket. That's how it's always been done. But we don't have fingers, says worm. We can wear them like belts, says worm. Wonderful, says worm. Now can we be married? I don't know. What do you guys think? Can they be married yet? Worm loves worm? Right on, Cage. I'm glad they're reading that at school. That is awesome. Just make sure you have a band so we can dance, says beetle Shane. But we don't have feet to dance with, says worm. We can just wiggle around, says worm, like this. Everybody wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We're wiggle dancing. All right. Fun, says worm. Now can we be married? I hope you all got your wiggle on. That was fun for me. But you still need a white dress, a tuxedo, a top hat, and lots of flowers, and a cake with frosting, say the bees. But we don't have heads for hats, says worm, or hands to hold flowers, and we only eat dirt, says worm. Wait, says spider. I can attach the hat and the flowers to you with my sticky web. Thank you, says worm and worm. Yes, we stand with beetle Shane. Beetle Shane, beetle Shane. Don't you forget it. Anytime you read this book, it's beetle Shane. But who will eat the cake? Asked the bees. I can eat the cake, along with cricket and beetle Shane, says spider. What did you say? Asked cricket and beetle. Nothing, says spider with a smile. Now can we be married? Says worm. But which one of you is the bride? Asked the bees. How can we be bride's bees if we don't know who the bride is? I can be the bride, says worm. I can too, says worm. Of course they can. Look, one's got the dress on, one's got the veil on, thanks to spider's help. But one of you has to be the groom, or how can I be the best beetle? Asked Beetle Shane. I can be the groom, says Worm. I can too, says Worm. We can be both. Amazing, says Spider. Really? Asked Beetle Shane and the bees. Wait, says Cricket. That isn't how it's always been done. Then we'll just change how it's been done, says Worm. Yes, says Worm. I agree. There is nothing to fear about change. And so they were married because Worm loves Worm. Look at that. That is a beautiful, beautiful wedding picture. I love it. We got everybody in there with them. Looking great. They got their rings on. See the rings, ties, veils, top hats, tuxedos. They got it all. All of it. The end. Well, my friends, that brings us to the end of story time for today. But that being said, we are going to see if we can build a house of cards. So let's see if we can do that. All right. So, because I don't have a table, I'm sitting on the floor. So, it's just the way it's got to be. But, get out some cards. You don't need all of them, because you just first got to be able to build this thing, right? And I'm not sure. So, I'm going to start with my foundation, because we always need a good foundation, right? So, I'm putting down my foundation. The first thing that goes on a house, right? So there's my foundation. I hope you guys are playing along. Now, we need to try and build the next level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cards over here. I'm going to take 2, and I'm going to start with 2. And I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to try. So my cards might be too slippery and too new. I might have to, let's see what we can do here. Oh, it stood for a second. I'm not giving up. I hope you guys are trying too. All right. Whoa, we've got a start going on here. I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, see, look at that. Just like that. Okay, let's try it this way instead. I knew this was going to take some practice, but I figured, why not practice together? Makes sense to me. Right? Right? Let's see if we can do this. No. I'm bound and determined to get a layer. Let me see if I can't do it this way. Instead of trying to build it towards you guys, I'll build it to... Anybody else getting frustrated? But I'm going to keep trying. I'll try a couple more times. I'm going to start over. I got to try a whole new process. Yeah, never give up. I agree, Summer. Thank you. All right, let's see what we can do here. Who's good at building card houses? Not Shane, not yet. That's because Shane needs to practice. Big time. Big time. I'm scared. Oh, Look at that. We have some progress. This is the hard part. I'm scared to touch it. I'm scared to try and go higher. Such a fun book. Yes, thank you, Jennifer. Anybody else? I'm sad I don't have any cards. That's okay. You can find some cards, and then you can send me a picture of your card house. Because I'm collecting pictures. You're doing better than us. It was my third attempt just on this one. I haven't any luck yet? Because I want to see pictures. Because I'd like to make some collages of the different things. Cage and Scarlett sent me a picture of their car that they built out of a cardboard box to match mine with my teddy bear in it. Oh, I don't know if you could see that one because it's behind. But that's okay. Because I am trying to don't knock anything over, Shane. Oh my god, it's so nerve-wracking. Are you guys all nerved out like I am? Oh my. Okay, should I try another layer or should I try a little bit more support? I'm so scared to touch it. I don't want it all to fall. But that's part of the fun. When it falls, you get to rebuild it. So let's see if I can't put... Oh, whew. Oh, that was close. Okay, wait, I'm going to put some extra... Oh no, don't fall. We have a calamity in the back here. Okay. It's all right. It is all right. Okay, let's try something different, right? Let's see if we can't. Try and make it a little sturdier than I did last time. How you guys making out? Yeah, I'm gonna go for another layer. My hands were shaky, I guess. I knocked it over. Okay. All right, I think I've got my first floor down. Let's see if I can't add. I don't want to get too rambunctious. Let's see if I can't add a top without knocking everything down. Wow, this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Oh! Oh! Okay, that's okay. I'm going to keep trying. Here we go for another top. Oh! Did you see that? I dropped a card on it and my house stayed up. I think I got lucky there. All right. Oh, I am just not steady enough. I just am too shaky. Okay, here we go. Whoo, breathe in. I know, I thought I'd be better at it too. I'm right there with you, my friend. You go, Scarlett. I want to see some pictures. If I can get a top layer on this, I will be one happy king. I almost misidentified myself there. Come on. Silly, silly. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Another deep breath. Ooh. In and out. Ready? It's going to work this time, right? Come on, Shane. You can do it. No, you can't. Yes, you can. Hey, Reed. How you doing, baby? Yeah. If you guys don't follow Reed, you should. His music is awesome. Go ahead and put it up there. Put your handle up there, although they can see it. Quick, take a picture. Take a picture. Somebody. Wait, I have a camera. Oh, did anybody get a picture of that? All right, let's try again. Oh, no. Oh, the whole house came down. Well, I'll be. You know what, though? I'm going to keep trying. I have a little bit more time before I have to go and have an interview with a good friend from Okotoks, the Eagle, which is our radio station. So I'm going to continue this after that. That's what I'm going to do, because I am bound and determined to get a sturdy house of cards going. How high? I don't know. That's not important. I just want it to be a good house, basically. So that's kind of... Wait, what? Fudgicles? No, what? You got to give me more notice. Wait, fudgicles. Oh, that's okay. Are you talking about the more notice about the... Yeah, I will keep trying. I will, and I'll take some more. I'll take some pictures and I will post them to my... I can post to Facebook. I just can't go live there yet. So 13 days and I can go live on Facebook again. So it'll be live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and my Facebook page as well. So we do this Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sundays at 3 p.m. We average 2 to 3 books, and every once in a while we'll throw in a fun little activity like building a house out of cards or making a kazoo like we did yesterday, which mine did not work at all. At all. It was so sad. The artwork was great, but what do you do? So, yes, I will keep trying, Summer, and I want you to find some cards, and I want you to try too, and build your house of cards and send it to me, and name your house of cards if you can name it. Mine, of course, will be the House of Shane Onyou, of course, right? But you can come up with whatever name you want. So you guys do that. Send me pictures of that, videos, whatever you like. You know how to get a hold of me through messaging and stuff like that. I'd love to see that stuff. And I look forward to seeing you guys again on Tuesday for another story time with Shane Onyou. And I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Right? It's been a good day. Peace out.